All right, so we've looked in lesson 9 so far about how to control the final position of the arm lock. Let's look at what we can do to get there, because if we can't get there, there's no point in controlling anything, right? It doesn't exist. If you guys need to come closer, you can. You don't have to worry about the camera. You're the ones who are the students in the class, so put yourself wherever you need to see the movement best. This side right now is probably the best position to view the movement from, because we're going to be coming around for this arm, which means that everything's going to happen that way in the field of vision, right? But go wherever you need to go to feel comfortable so you can see. Okay, don't worry about the filming. I'm just there to help people who aren't here, you know, so that we can all be on the same page and help each other by training if I'm not around either. Okay, so we know that the arm lock happens because the person tries to push me straight up, or maybe they even try and choke me from the bottom here and grab the neck. So how do we get to this position where we do the final control? The first thing is I'm going to pick the arm that I want to take. Right, in this instance, I'm going to go for this arm. This is the arm I want to break. So we're going to surround the arm. It means one hand goes under and one hand goes over. But both hands are on the chest, right? I can't put both hands on the chest here because then when I move to the side, there's nothing covering the arm. So I want to go over the arm and under the arm. I just want to surround the arm on one side. You can put your hands here or there, but they should be on a solid footing. I like to point my fingers this way, because my body's going to be moving around this arc, so I might as well just get everything oriented in a way that's going to help it spin. So hands down, and I point my fingers this way. Now I'm going to open my front knee by inverting my foot. Look, I step up, and my foot goes like this. Maybe if I step here, I have to walk the foot. Walk, 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 walk. And drop the knee. Open the knee. I open the knee because it's going to help facilitate my spin. Right? Everything is turning this way when I go. And if the knee's closed, look, I go this far and I stop. So let's get the foot inverted and open the knee nicely. Once the knee is open, you can come on this side, that's it. Once the knee is open, I'm going to put all of my weight on the chest. Now it's critical that you have a pivotal axis. If you don't have something to pivot on, you're going to end up falling far away, or you're going to end up missing the arm entirely. So you can't feel sorry for your partner here. You have to put all of your weight on their chest. They'll be able to handle it, because by the time you sit, it's only going to be a second or two until that position happens. But to get there, you have to make this leg light, right? Right now, this is the leg that has to pass over the head. If all my weight is here, look, it's hard for me to move the leg. So I have to put my weight somewhere else. The knee opens, which facilitates the hip spin, but the weight has to go on the chest, and it's going to make the leg light. And look what happens. When I make the leg light, it allows my hips to pass over. And I just sit down next to the arm. That's it. Right? Now at this point, my hands would still be on the chest. And then I'm going to slide them up the arm until I find that baseball bat grab. Now I just finish the way we saw in section 1, with my feet heavy, the knees together, the heels in, the baseball bat grip, the arm on the chest, stretching it, and as I sit back, I bring the arm with me. So they've given me their arms, extended their arms to me, and I'm going to surround one under, one over, and I'm going to step up and walk the foot up. And look, I invert it. I like to do that. And then open the knee. Open the knee. Right? So you don't have to go that slow. You can just go here. Boom. Now my hips have to pass around the outside. The only way that happens is if I put all the weight on their chest. So put all the weight on their chest, and then your hips have to lead you around the corner. And you don't stop until you see the foot on the other side of the head. So all the weight on the chest. There. Now I sit next to the arm, next to the arm. If I sit and I fall back without the arm, that's when they're free. So, how do I sit? I walk and I open. All the weight goes on the chest. And now when I get to the side of the arm that I'm taking, I just drop. Watch. Watch the arms. I get to here, right? And now I just drop. Not away, but close. Then arm, knees, heels, stretch, and move for the arm lock. Okay, as soon as they tap, you let go. One more time. Regular speed. Okay, makes sense? Try this and we'll come back and look at some mistakes that happen and how to address them. Okay, let's go. Okay, so some of the common mistakes that happen when we're moving from this mounted position to the straight arm lock are something like this, right? The person's pushing me and I surround their arm. By the way, let's talk about this quickly. If the person's pushing me but they're not on my chest or my throat and they're down here, don't do the arm lock. It's not there, right? The arms need to be extended and straight. If they're here, that's something else, right? We're just going to push to the side and recover the mount, right? By getting low and wide. Here is where I want the arms. So that, look, as I move through this plane, the arms are extended the entire way. That can happen because they're on the chest or because they're choking. So then I surround the arm, I step up and invert the foot and open the knee. And now what happens if I do all this right, but then when I go, I end up like this, right? Far away, right? Far away happens because I don't put the weight on the chest. Falling far away, and look, my feet are off the ground, I don't have the control I need. Far away happens because I don't keep the weight on the chest and because I try and sit back before I sit down, right? So when we come around the corner, we're still going to be elevated by virtue of putting our weight on the chest. So I open the foot, open the knee, I point my fingers this way, and I want my hips to come around the corner. My hips have to be as low as possible. If I lift my hips up, it's going to put my head down, and that makes it very hard for me to fall as well. So when I come around the corner, look, right here, I sit first. Then I put the feet down, squeeze the knees together. Now I hold the arm. Then I can start to sit back. Only then can I start to sit back. Right? Once I come around the corner, I'll be up, like this. Only when I pass the foot can I sit down. How do I do that? I bend the arms and I drop the hips straight down, not back. All right? So if you fall far away, it's because you're sitting back before you sit down. So make sure you sit down first. Drop the arms, drop the hips. Okay. What else happens? Sometimes I sit back too fast and I end up losing the arm because I'm so far away. So I do all of the motions correctly, and I get here, and then I'm like this, and now I have to sit back up and reach for the arm, right? So we talked about what happens if you fall far away. Look at all the space here between my butt and his shoulder. And I remedy that by just sitting straight down first. If I sit back too far away, because I fall back, now I have to sit back up and reach for the arm. So once I sit straight down, that takes care of the gap between my legs and his shoulder. Now before I sit back at all, secure the arm. And I'm just going to use my entire body to bring the arm with me. Bring the arm with me. We don't want to be struggling here, and we sit all the way back and then try and use the strength of my arms to bring the arm. And maybe he can just curl the arm, or he can hold the arm with his other hand, or his sleeve, or his wrist, or he can join his fingers like this or like this. Lots of responses here. But even if he holds tightly, go ahead and defend. And I use my body by keeping the arm with me. Now I just uncoil my entire core. Very, very hard for him to hold on, even if I don't take the baseball bat grip. If I do, it's even better. So he holds, and I find myself too far away. Don't try and struggle here. Sit back up and cover the arm again, and now bring it with you using your entire body. Okay? Another issue we run into is that sometimes we do the process, I surround the arm, I invert the foot, I open the knee, everything's pointing this way, but I end up not being able to pass the leg. However, I kind of stop here, right? The issue, again, is the same as it is in every other instance. It's because I don't put weight on the chest. If I'm stopping the leg here, it's because everything is heavy in this mid area. This leg has to be light. It has to fly, look, like a whip all the way over, right? It has to fly around the corner. There can't be any weight on it. So if there can't be any weight on the leg, where is the weight? The weight has to be on the chest. It has to be on the chest. You can't feel sorry for your opponent here, right? They're attacking you, and it's a street fight, and you're finishing this to gain compliance or injury if you need to end the situation and keep yourself safe. And the partner here, we're not going to break his arms, but he is going to be able to handle a couple seconds of weight on the chest. No problem. Keep your hands next to each other or on top, whatever you like. Point the fingers this way and put the weight on the chest. And look, the leg passes. Basically, your foot and your butt are going to hit the ground at the same time. Okay, so work on these elements now, making sure that you don't fall too far away. And how do you remedy that? You spin around the corner. When you see your foot, you drop straight down, sit next to the arm. Make sure you don't sit back too fast, and then you have to sit up and struggle with the arm. How do you remedy that? Once you sit straight down next to the arm, secure the arm first, and then bring it with you using your entire body. And then finally, the leg that passes, right? It has to be something that goes all the way to the other side before I close my final control. And how does that happen? Only if I have all the weight on the chest. Not like that. Then I fall. Right, but like this. Where all the weight goes on the chest. Make sense? Okay, let's give it a try.